Hey family, what's good? This is your girl, I am the Bronze Goddess, and it's time for another strawberry letter. Happy Wednesday, alright? Let's go get them. Hey lady, I love all your videos, especially your strawberry letters. I figured I'd write one. Here goes. So my husband of 10 months found out our 1-year-old, who was conceived before the marriage and during a breakup, is not biologically his. He left us and wants a divorce. We've been separated for 2 months now. I know it's because he's hurt, and I'm hurt too because I've hurt him so deeply. The man who I truly love and feel like I ever will love. He feels like everything was a lie because of it. We are a young couple. My question to you is, should I fight for my marriage even though he is seemingly unwilling, or should I let him go and divorce amicably? Now, that's the ending of the first letter, and she sends me a follow-up correspondence just basically saying that she's distraught over all of this. Now, typically, I read these letters, and it's normally the man that's, did something wrong, and all of us ladies are like, girl, he's a dog, girl, he's this and he's that. But in this instance, the writer of the letter is admittedly wrong. She married the man under false pretenses. And so my advice to you is, trust is like a wall. And you build it up over time with, showing that you can be trustworthy, being there where you're supposed to be, telling the truth about this. Slowly but surely, you build up a wall of trust. When you do something like what you did, so huge, so devastating, you knock that wall completely down. Just because you're sorry does not mean that instantly that wall is going to go back up and all of a sudden he can forgive you again, he can trust you again. And number one, in this letter, you didn't say how he found out. Did the other man tell him? Did you tell him while you were angry? I think that's a key part of the story that was left out. This letter was short, but it's a little bit too short. How did he find out? Because that also could be a big part in, possible forgiveness. My thing with this particular letter is, the only thing that I can suggest that you do is pray, apologize, and be patient. It's been 2 months. I don't know why you're watching your watch, to be honest. What you did was wrong. You married the man with the man thinking that the son was his. And then now he didn't marry you with all of this. It's one thing when a man loves you and he accepts you and all of your baggage and he marries you anyway. That's one thing. But when a man marries you thinking that you had no bags and all of a sudden you got Gucci, Fendi, and Prada, you got all kind of handbags, clutches, and all that other kind of stuff. And that's what I feel what you did. And that's what's so wrong about it. You need to stop watching your watch. Whether it takes him 2 months, 2 weeks, or 2 years, that's not your problem. What you did was wrong. You lied to the man. And then let the man marry you with a huge lie. This isn't something that's temporary. This isn't a little white lie. This is huge. This will affect you guys for the rest of your life because now the biological father has to step in. So it's not just the fact that he married you under false pretenses, but now there's another man that will be in what he feels is his son's life. You're so busy wondering about, it's been 2 months and, I don't know what I should do. Should I just go ahead and get the divorce? First of all, what are you rushing for? You need to slow down. Let that man take all the time that he needs. You dropped a bombshell on him. He has to come to grips with the fact that you were intimate with somebody else, unprotected intimate with somebody else, and had a child with somebody else that you passed off as his, married you and didn't say anything. Honey, that's huge. So you need to slow down and stop watching your watch. Whether it takes him 2 more years, honey, if it does, then darn it, it does. The main thing, the fact of the matter is that I think you should just keep asking him for forgiveness. Definitely, you don't want to look too thirsty. You don't want to be too desperate about it. But let him know that you love him and that you're sorry. But now he has to come to grips with something that's just huge. Because now another man his son is going to be calling another man daddy now. You get that? Another man is going to be, teaching his son how to ride a bike. You don't realize how huge that is for him. I think that it's incredibly inconsiderate for you to be saying, it's been 2 months, so should we go ahead with the divorce or what's up? 2 months? Honey, that's 8 weeks. He was with you longer than that. You let him, if the son is 10 months, then he's been a dad to that son for 10 months. So yeah, it may take him more than 2 months to get over the fact that the boy is not his. I think you should slow down. I think you should pray about it. And I think you should ask him for forgiveness. And I think you should also come to grips with the idea that there is a chance that he may never get over it, that he may never forgive you for this. I'm not going to beat up on you because I know that you must be beating up on yourself about this. I know I would. But what I mainly think you should do is you definitely should be praying about it. And you need to slow down and you need to tell him that he should take all the time that he needs. Because you saying that he thinks that everything is a lie, but wasn't it? Every single time, when you're going, I've had 2 kids. So I know that when you're at the doctor, they ask if there's any medical things, any medical issues on the mother and the father side. So every time you sat there and said no, and knowing that he wasn't a father, you were wrong. When you let him sign the birth certificate, you lied. When you let this child call him dada, you lied. When all of this stuff happened, when you let the parents and the grandparents get involved, you lied. So why wouldn't he feel like everything that you said was a lie? Why wouldn't he? You're thinking it was one lie. No. What you compromised to get, you must compromise to keep. You had to keep lying to keep him. So he has every right to want to take his sweet time to decide if he wants to forgive you or not. And if you love him like you say you do, if you said in the letter that he's the man that you love, the love of your life, and if the only man you feel like you'll ever love, then he's worth waiting for. And his decision is worth waiting for. But don't you rush him. No, ma'am. You are in no position to rush him, especially not after 2 months. After all the lies you told, as long as you've been lying, the child is 10 months. Takes you 9-10 months to have the baby, 40 weeks plus sometimes. So you've been lying to him for almost 2 years. Who knows how long you've been lying to him, and you expect him to get over it in 2 months? Girl, slow down. My advice to you, slow down. Slow down and pray that he'll forgive you and that God will give him a change of heart and never lie to this man again. If he's as good a guy as you say he is, never lie to this man again. That's my advice. Anyway, if you guys have advice for her, please be sure and leave that below. I understand she is emotional, so you don't want to be too rough on her. A lot of y'all be going in on some of these people. They write because they need help. Now, I'm going in a little bit because I think that she's rushing. And I'm telling her she needs to slow down. But, she already feels bad enough. Please don't make it your particular mission to bash her. You can pray for her, but don't put her down. You understand what I'm saying? Pray for her, but don't put her down. All right? I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till next time, later, divas and dudes. Deuces.